Alright. Hey there, YouTube. Dubs Rider here. How's it going? It's been a while since I been out doing a motovlog. I have put some miles on the old girl here, but just haven't been doing much motovlogging. Haven't had the time to edit a video and stuff, so I haven't even bothered going out making them. So I figured today is more nice cool morning, 74 degrees. I will get out and shoot some video for the channel here. Provide some updates. Show everybody I'm still alive. I'm still here. And I got a couple other topics I wanted to talk about today too. But updates with me. First off, I've been working a ton, so combining that with other stuff that I'm doing for photo, shooting photos and stuff, I just haven't had the time to ride as much as I'd like and do as many vlogs as I'd like. I have been keeping up with some with my typical vloggers though, and seeing quite a few meetups happening, and I definitely have a plan one day of getting out there and riding along on one of these meetups. But needless to say, with the amount of time I've been working, I haven't been able to really practice so much with the long distance riding thing. So about the max that I've pushed it so far is about an hour and 45 minutes straight. So I rode straight for an hour and 45 minutes just to see how I'd feel when I was done with it. And I know the long distance guys say that you ride for about an hour and then you stop and take a break, get a drink, and then ride for another hour and that sort of thing. But I was just trying to get a test and kind of push myself a little bit more than I've done in the past, and it didn't really come out too badly. I wasn't too bad. So I think I definitely can push it even further. Pull this down here maybe so the audio doesn't get quite so bad. But I think I can push it even further than that. At least on the initial trip, or the initial run, I might be able to make it 2 hours, 2.5 hours. However, one thing I did notice was that the seat really has got to go. Now I do have the backrest with mine, so that makes it a little more comfortable than normal. But man, this seat gets rough after a while. And so I've been looking at a couple different seat options to go with, and I don't know if I'll quite do that this year or not, but I definitely will do that before I try to do any type of iron butt challenge. But yeah, I've put about another 1,500 miles or so on the bike since I did the exhaust and fuel tuner and air cleaner update. And she's running good. There really hasn't been any issues that I've had with reliability on any of that. I have noticed though, because there's been a couple points where she sat for about a week before I get her out again, and I have noticed that prior to doing all of those upgrades, when I'd start the bike up, it would run at a higher RPM right away, and then kind of smooth itself out. Well, since I've done that upgrade now, when she sits for a little bit and I start her up, she coughs, chokes a little bit. Hasn't stopped or shut off on me or anything, but I do notice a little more coughing or stuttering, at least for the first minute or two after she starts. Again, very slight, very minor, but that's the only thing I have noticed with doing the upgrade, and I don't know if that'll playing down the road, or what exactly the issue is going on with that. It could be fuel. I always run premium through my bike. I never run any of the ethanol through it. I will literally drive out of my way to a gas station just to find gas with no ethanol. So I typically run 91 no ethanol. So hopefully it's not the fuel. To my knowledge, premium fuel should have like a shelf life of like 2 years, I think, before it really starts causing issues. So a week or a week and a half should not really cause that big of an issue, but that could be something with the fuel programming too. So I could go back in with the Dynojet and tweak it and see, you know, if there's something changes that could be made there. So I was thinking about sending the guys over at Fuel Moto an email and just asking them. But outside of that, I've just been putting on some miles and enjoying the bike. By far one of the most comfortable bikes I've ever ridden. Absolutely love the comfort and ride. I have been watching a lot of videos out there about the new Milwaukee 8. A couple of the motovloggers I watch, and for the life of me, every time I start up a video, I forget their names. But I know one of them's Harley Day Rider, and they just went on the Hootenanny thing not too long ago. But one of them's Harley Day Rider, and they've got the Milwaukee 8. And I've been watching a lot of other videos on the Milwaukee 8. And verdict's still out on that. I know Sean Smoke, he's got the new one with the Milwaukee 8 and absolutely loves it. But my verdict with that one's still out. Man, look at all these rocks and dirt. Alright, anyway. But my verdict is still out on that. I think, for myself personally, I don't want to start over again so quickly with another bike. So that is part of it. Financial aspect of it is definitely part of it. Not that I think that getting into one of those would be extremely expensive from where I'm at with this one and stuff, for just the bike, but you know, when you buy a Harley, you do a lot of the upgrades, a windshield, you know, all the small stuff that I've done on this one so far. It really does start to add up, and so I'm not sure I really want to bite off that chunk right now from a financial standpoint. I'm starting to finally get this one kind of where I want it. I want to get a new seat and stuff for it, and I kind of want to finish filling this one out. And then I'd also had some plans on doing replacing the head pipe on here too with one of the Dynojet 2-in-1 and a 2 head pipes. And so that might be something that I do next year, and do a new fuel mapping on that and see what that does for the bike. But I got just about 7,000 miles on her now. And I finally feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm comfortable. So not sure I want to bite off the Milwaukee 8 just yet, even though I've heard nothing but good things. I've always been one kind of leery to buy a first model year of any type of major engine upgrade, or even platform upgrade from that standpoint. Now I know this one, being a 15, was the first year of the Rushmore for the Road Glide. When I started looking at a Harley, I definitely wanted a Rushmore Harley. But I did know that the Street Glide had been out, and so they had found some errors in their ways and stuff with the Street Glide, and so I felt a little bit better about the platform upgrade. The motor I already knew was in several of the different bikes, and the motor had, you know, a few years under its belt, and so I had no issues there with the motor from a purchasing standpoint. But Not saying it's completely out of the realm, but in the next year or two, but it's definitely something that I'm gonna think long and hard about before I bite off that new chunk or that new bike again. Outside of that, again, I've been really loving the bike here. I know I'm kind of babbling on, and I apologize. It's just been so long since I've done one of these. You get out of a rhythm, you get out of a flow, and topics that you want to talk about. I feel like I got to fit everything into one vlog. That, and it's supposed to rain in about 2 hours here. So I'm trying to make sure I get everything I wanted to talk about into my vlogs before it starts downpouring here. And you can call me a wimp if you want to, but I'm not one to just knowingly go out and ride in the rain. It's not an enjoyable experience for me if I have a choice. Especially with my camera equipment, you know, can't get that wet and stuff with the setup I've got right now, so don't really feel like replacing that either. But anyway, I'm kind of babbling at this point, so I think I'm going to close this one off. It's good to be back out vlogging, miss comments and talking with you guys. I still got several questions. I want to do a Q&A video here soon as well. So I got several questions I want to answer, but it's good to be back out vlogging now that I've got some time here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, ride safe, guys.